Wrestling with WWE Elimination Chamber. It took place last Saturday in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Rogers Centre. Attendance was 38,493, which is kind of disappointing considering that they filled that stadium with 68,000 people in the past.
Well, considering the times that we are in now, yeah, niggas ain't really trying to travel.
You're talking
Considering the climate today, traveling's rather risky.
I mean, just hold on. Where can I? Where's the? I had the it was the attendance was 68,237 at WrestleMania X8. So I mean, literally more than half of what they did at Mania, but that could just be from inflated, ticket prices as well. So.
I mean, that's one factor. The fact that it's in Canada, the fact that Canada don't really want America there, the fact that it's a multi-layered thing here.
I mean, I feel like they have Canada has enough Canadians to fill up, 68,000 seats.
They do. They could, but I also think that something like that would be a trap. I mean, they were just there. I feel like they were just there.
They're always just there.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, bro, you trying to spin the block again? But and plus it's close to Mania. Most people are probably dedicated to Mania. I mean, you're already selling your soul to go to Mania. I mean,
very true.
Skip the chamber. Shit. Fuck it. Fuck that shit. Man, fuck the chamber. Vegas alone is gonna put you 6 figures in the hole.
You're not wrong. Well, there was only 4 matches and a soul selling segment. That being said, what was your thoughts on the soul as a whole?
That really wasn't a segment. It was just a post-match drama. How can the show as a whole? 4 matches. I perfectly think that was the right formula, 4 matches. It was the 4 right matches, which is what matters. That matters more than anything. They had a match to make the hometown hero look good. They had a match that made you wonder whether they were just trying to test the limits of the Canadian healthcare system. And then they had the 2 chamber matches. Because I didn't even throw in the chambers matches with the healthcare system, but shit.
Well, let's get into it. The women's elimination chamber match. We had Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Naomi, and Roxanne with Bianca Belair. And the winner was Bianca Belair. Somebody
not on our bingo card.
That's what I was about to say. Not on our bingo card. I don't think anybody necessarily called that. I don't even think it was discussed on the internet that it was going to be Bianca as well. We were talking about the drama between Bianca and Naomi and Jade. and we thought that was her path to WrestleMania. WWE is like, nope, she's getting on a title match, bitch. And so she is.
Well, it's not even that they're putting, it's merged. They merged both paths, which makes it more interesting for Bianca as a character.
I thought the match was okay.
To be quite honest.
I thought the match was okay. I feel like Liv Morgan was the MVP. Just kind of.
Yes.
Her facial expressions were priceless at the beginning when Jade just came in. She got beat to hell and high water. Like shit. Like she did not look good after that match. She was like legitimately looked like she got fucked up. And you know it continues the Liv Morgan narrative. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So
well, I wouldn't even go that far because she's the tag champion. So it wasn't really necessary in her case.
But I mean, like we were talking about, nobody necessarily had Bianca on their bingo card.
Yeah, that was not on the bingo card. That nope.
I could definitely make an argument of why the hell did they open the cell for Jade to get in, and then just to get security to get her out. I'm not though.
I think she came out before they padlocked that bitch.
They opened the door for her.
But I mean, yo, hey.
Talk about WWE logic.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah.
You don't.
Well, the bell didn't. Oh yeah, because the bell rang. Did the bell ring?
I don't remember. I mean, it's a no disqualification match, Kaliko. I mean, it doesn't matter if the bell rang or not.
No, that matters because of the simple fact that no. My point is that you said that they just opened the door for her.
They did.
No. You're missing my point. You're missing the point I'm trying to get. I get that it's no disqualification. Let's toss that on one side.
Okay.
That's why the whole reason I asked did the bell ring, because there was a hell of a gap between, because when Jay beat the brakes off her ass, and then they just said she couldn't continue. I'm trying to remember, did they ring the fucking bell?
I think the bell did ring because they counted down for the next person to come in, like maybe
that's my point.
A couple seconds later.
Like, so Liv had a buy, but she paid for it because Bianca beat the brakes off her ass.
That she did.
Bianca beat. It was that whiplash. Oh. Just fucks her whole side up.
So like I was saying, decent match. It got the point across that it needed to get. Obviously an unexpected moment with, Bianca winning. But if I'm being honest, not maybe the most memorable chamber match that's been out there. But what say you?
Most memorable?
No, not the most memorable.
Oh, I was about to say, it had memorable moments, not the most memorable. Maybe because it was just because the players in it were random.
Okay.
So there was no real through point, because the only through point you could think of was Liv to Naomi and Bianca.
Yeah.
and everyone else was kind of like in it.
I mean, Bailey and Roxanne have their tiff
I
going
mean,
on.
Bailey and Roxanne had their thing, and then of course, Bailey gets the payback, which means they're gonna fight at Stand and Deliver.
Right.
So it's yeah, so yeah, it was just like the stories that needed to get done got done. The shocking twist came, and it kicked off how everyone would react, right? So unlike the main event, which the twist came at the end, this one it came at the beginning, and it kind of set the tone of how the match came. And Bianca winning as the underdog through all that adversity is what made, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you just saw your friend get her ass skull drugged through that chamber cell, and not by Liv Morgan. Uh,
Yeah.
so, 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 so yeah, very, very big toll put on her.
How many stars do you give this one?
3.5. It was good. It got done what needed to get done for certain things to set up. But other than that, nothing really standout worthy. Other than the Bianca Whiplash, that shit just so.
Yeah. That was nasty. Um, yeah, I agree. 3.5. I only give it the extra half a star because I did not see Bianca winning, and it was a pleasant surprise, not an surprise. So yeah, 3.5.
I mean, especially considering what happened right after with the whole Iyo thing. So now, which is good. I mean, that's a good thing because it's a new match that no one's really seen. If they are going to go that route as a one-on-one.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um, okay, so now we go to Meltzer, no?
All right, you got it. It is a time for another episode of Guess That Rating. See, this is why I wish I had a goddamn soundboard. But anyways, it's time for you to guess that rating.
Woo! Okay, so let's go with 3.25.
Nope.
3.
Higher.
3.5.
4.5.
4.5, really?
4.5. I'm telling you, I think it's because of that twist. The twist at the beginning that set it all up. Because the story plot became Bianca overcoming the odds, which I could see. I just, you know what I mean? And I give them that. But other than that, if you took that away from it, that match was not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, I mean, I get that, and you get that, but you're actually stating that Meltzer is acknowledging a good story by WWE, which he just doesn't do.
Oh, wait till you get to the rest of them.
Well, let's talk about Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus defeated Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in 11.
Next.
I mean, yeah, this was definitely the P break match, unfortunately.
No, this was the Trish hometown feeling match because they didn't have people from Toronto in this bitch. So they're like, let's find Trish. You're from Toronto. Get your ass in.
I mean, it was a match on the card. Um, I don't think anybody was thinking this was going to be a 5-star match in the Tokyo Dome to begin with. Um,
No.
it was just a transition match. It was okay. I can't really say anything positive about it. Can't necessarily say a lot negative about it either. Um, it existed, I could say. What's it?
It did what it needed to do to get Tiffy over.
And that it did. When you have the people chanting, "We want Tiffy," when you have your hometown hero in there, definitely tells you, where your main star is.
Exactly.
How many stars you give it?
Two.
Yeah, I agree. So,
Uh, yeah, Melton.
1/7/5,
Nope.
2.5,
Nope.
3.
2 3/4.
Damn it with the 3/4. All right. Now we have Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match in 27 minutes and 35 seconds.
That
Um,
wasn't an unsanctioned match. That was a let's test Canada's healthcare system match.
that as well. Um, it, this was production-wise, this was chef's kiss in my opinion. They made it seem like it was unsanctioned. They turned the lights off. They covered uh the ring post, not the ring post, the turnbuckles that have the WWE logo on them. They took those they covered them. They didn't cover the sponsors in the ring. Um,
Yeah,
but
they didn't cover Prime. I'll be goddamn.
yeah, well, watch these two people mutilate themselves. Sponsored by Prime. Um, but it was physical. It was at times a little hard to watch, and I think that's what they were going for. I was not expecting a barbed wire steel chair. I kind of low key felt like I was watching Kevin Steen versus El Generico rather than Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, which says a lot about the physicality that they put themselves through. Um, Not a speck of blood as well, which is nice. Because that would have been a AEW bloodbath. Everything worked pretty well for me. What say you, Kaliko?
I don't know how I feel about this match because I'm trying to figure out can an unsanctioned match win match of the year?
I imagine so.
Because that fucking match. Granted, I watched this match with an 8-year-old kid next to me. And it turned him every which way but sideways. And it turned me every which way but sideways. Um, that match was just 30 minutes of beating the hell out of each other. It's like they took the Fight Forever thing from 2017 and was like, yeah, okay, let's go ahead and pull that shit out our ass, right? It, oh gosh, that match was brutal. The part that got me the most was when Kevin Sammy did the drop toe and Kevin Owens' face bounces off the barbed wire chair.
Oh yeah.
I was, bro, I stopped after that. I was like, bro, that's like, ugh. But that man, I mean, they threw it all out on the line there, man. It was crazy. And we ain't even talking about Randy coming back. That's just the match.
Yeah.
The, the, the match itself was just crazy good. It, it told the story of two friends that knew each other a long time, putting each other through hell just for the fun. Just to, you know, it told it. I mean, they were all over the arena. Sammy taking the bump on two tables, damn near getting power drive, got that power bump. It was fitting that he hit him with the power bump that he on the side of the ring, same way NXT. It was a lot of good callbacks
Oh yeah.
in that match. So if you were an astute observer of these two, they had a lot of great callbacks in that match.
And the
Which
right
to
person
me,
won as
this,
well.
you say what?
And the right person won as well. Every
Yeah,
time.
yeah, right person won.
Yeah, every time that Kevin and Sammy wrestled, Kevin would get the best of Sammy. That's not necessarily you know um hidden knowledge.
Sammy got him a couple times in orange.
I mean, how compared to how many times Owens got him,
Oh
but
yeah, always beat his ass in 10 ways from Sunday.
yeah,
But that's always been the persona of this match is that Kevin is always willing to take it there, way there before Sammy will take it there.
right. And then like you
That's
said,
the story of their friends. Story of the friendship.
and like you said, it kind of seems like Randy Orton got overshadowed in every aspect of this show. Um, you know, the match itself, what's gonna happen, what happened prior. And then it was like, oh yeah, Randy Orton came back. When Randy Orton comes back, it's like the back burner information of a show. It just tells you how stacked the show was. Uh,
Not even that. It just shows you how this match. This was the match of the night
oh yeah,
for me, anyway.
oh, I agree with that. If I'm gonna go back and watch Elimination Chamber, it's gonna be for this match for sure.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm watching it.
Right.
Well, other than Travis Scott and understanding assignment, but that's a whole nother. We'll get there when we
That
get there
that's a whole nother segment, Kaliko.
with his drunk ass. Anyways, let's.
It wasn't his drunk ass, it was his high ass. Motherfucker literally lit a fatty in the fucking ring.
I mean, drunk, high, and off an energy drink. He was on all three.
All the
But we'll
things.
get there when we get there. We'll get there when we get there. This this match was the match of the night. How many stars would I give this? I I dare to give this a 5 because it was a perfect blend of storytelling mixed with violence that seemed super seemed edgy violent, but not like I'm gonna make sure I bleed all over the place violent.
Right. No, I completely get that. Um, I give it 4.5. It
Mhm.
was the only. I mean, the history was there, and you just build off of what was already there. Um, but um, maybe it was just placement. Maybe it just didn't seem. I don't know why I'm not giving it the full 5, but maybe it was just my attitude going into the show, but I feel like 4.5 um is a solid rating for this for sure, in my opinion.
All right.
Right. So that leads us to Dave Meltzer, correct?
Dave Meltzer. Yep.
5 stars.
That is correct. 5 stars. Get it a 5.
And I'm going. I could take complete credit for that, or I could just tell you that I saw that online a little earlier today.
Cheater.
I was honest. I could have took the credit, but I didn't. It was like the somebody was saying on Reddit. It was the first 5-star match Meltzer gave in like years.
That's the first, yeah, the last time they gave a 5-star match, if I'm not mistaken, was Punk Cena 2011. Money in the Bank.
Did that get 5 stars?
That got 5 stars.
Then that was like what over? That was like almost 15 years ago.
Yes.
All right, so that happened. All right, and that brings us to the last match, the main event, the thing everybody wanted to see, and that is the men's Elimination Chamber match. John Cena defeated CM Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and Seth freaking Rollins in 32 minutes and 40 seconds. Did not feel like it was a 32-minute match. Kind of felt, maybe it felt longer, maybe it felt shorter. But I do feel like that was the kind of the sweet spot, if I'm being honest. Good back and forward. Obviously, this was a stacked elimination chamber. Nice to see the back and forward between Punk and Cena in the chamber. We got to see the progression of Punk and Seth Rollins. Low key, I felt like they did Drew McIntyre super dirty in this match, but that's probably another topic for another time.
I mean,
And I mean, Logan Paul was just in it, so I mean, there's not a lot to say about that. But like you usually say, everybody kind of understood the assignment, and I think everybody executed pretty well. It was damn near a flawless match, if I say so myself. What say you, Kaliko?
yeah, all of them understood the mother effing assignment, and they performed it perfectly. Um, I, I, I would be remiss because I'm kind of watching this with a lens that I'm watching it through 2 eyes, the eyes of me, and then the eyes of, at the time, well, at that time, my kid was sitting there, and we're watching the fight, and this dude was every bit into this match for John Cena's sake as probably that crowd was in Toronto. When it the thing every when the numbers started dwindling and you just started to realize, like, oh shit, Punk and Cena's about to go at it. And we kind of figured it would be one of them two, right? I mean, we had those two on our bingo cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both had Punk and Cena on the bingo card. So it was only fitting that it came down to those two, and it was a great chance to call back their rivalry, as you can see, and consider what happened after the match, added a new wrinkle into it. But with that being said, everybody performed admirably. Drew Drew losing like that, I see your point, but it continues with the narrative he's been pushing for the last year and a half. That he's been getting screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, um, at the by the end of the match, and obviously, ironically enough, all of this happened because Seth Rollins let his hatred for CM Punk inadvertently cause The Rock to get exactly what he wanted. Which, obviously Seth still has his issues with Rock as well. Which I just find interesting and ironic. Um, but at the end of the match, I was kind of felt spoiled, like I drank spoiled milk, because I so did not want to see John Cena win the match. As I've said before, I didn't want him to win the Royal Rumble. I've seen enough of him, and I'm glad that he's retiring. So, to see John Cena win again, it definitely left a bitter taste in my mouth. Um, and it didn't make me feel any better that The Rock was gonna come out, have his segment with with Cody, and it could be this whole The Rock milking the crowd and saying, having a 15-minute promo before he actually gets to the point of what he's there actually to do. So, so little to say, I was pretty negative by the end of this match, to say the least. But after the fact, I was actually pretty positive. But had to get there first. Um, but the match, and I'm pretty critical of the Elimination Chamber matches at this point. They're kind of cookie cutter, nothing necessarily. They're all pretty similar to each other. The only distinction this one had was, it had some really big stars in it, and obviously the ending, was a major thing in pro wrestling history. Um, but everything that we saw, everything we've seen, how many stars you give this one?
Um, Now, am I including with all the drama that happened or after all the drama that happened?
That's a good question.
Because the match itself really had little bearing.
Um, well, considering Cena was still out there and it kind of happened like right after the match. Like there was literally no time between um segment the last segment and the segment before that. Other than taking the picture time. I would say let's connect it. The last segment and the chamber itself.
Mm. A 5.
Hmm.
And the reason I say that is because I could watch this with my wrestling eye and dissect it to the motherfucking T, right? And that's why I think it jades me a bit. So it was refreshing to see it. I'm looking at it from the eyes of a kid who's watching the match and watching his favorite wrestler of all time win. and watch the person who's telling him to do everything you can to be a better person win. A person that he personally met win. And then for all that shit to come unraveling. And then to see that same 8-year-old look him dead in the face and just go, oh my God, I can't. I can't. I hate him, bro. Only for me to explain to him why he did it.
You're explaining pro wrestling logic to an 8-year-old, Kaliko?
Yes, I have to explain why he would. I had no. Let me rephrase that. I had to give him John Cena's perspective of why he would do it.
Okay. And how did that go?
That's when he was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I still fuck with Cena."
Well, it seems like not all the kids had that perspective.
Well, all the kids didn't get
Kaliko's
that
perspective.
lesson. He did get Kaliko's perspective. I haven't seen this many kids cry since Brock Lesnar killed his ass 10 years ago.
You're not wrong.
Dead ass. And it was beautiful. But that was when I didn't have a kid, man. I had to kind of break it down. Like, okay, this is why he did it, bro. I'm telling you why he did it. That he was like, he did it because he wants to break the record. Like, yeah, that's why he did it. I basically explained to him that the reason Cena did it is because he's so desperate to break this record and believes that it's best for business for him to be champion that he's willing to do it at all costs. And that's when he was like, okay, I still fuck with him.
I thought the segment was good. I'd like
The
to.
segment was great, except for Travis Scott. Travis Scott, let me, before you get, Travis Scott, don't put your ass in a ring ever again in your life, bro. My man walked out there drunk off tequila, because I know he was drinking that tequila in the back. Drunk off tequila, lighting a blunt in the ring, and drinking an energy drink. This dude was drunk and high on uppers and downers like you never seen him in his life.
He was the motherfucking elevator.
Dude, he was. Everybody else got shit popping off. This nigga hanging on the ropes like Nikki Bella. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, sir? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And he fucked up Cody the most. He gave him the black eye, and if you believe the rumor and innuendo, he ruptured his eardrum as well.
Yes. Or the fact that he tried to, like, when they were trying to hit Cody with the belt, he fucking arches Cody's back up. I don't know if people noticed. When John Cena grabbed Cody's head and pushed his head down, I could literally see in Cena's head as a heel thinking, if this motherfucker don't put him back. Like in my head, it was just funny as shit. Like, if you don't move your black ass down so I can get this shit. But yeah, it was the funniest shit ever. That was the funniest shit.
And I say that it was a good segment and not a great segment because of Travis Scott. It was literally like, bro, why the fuck are you out there? What value did you add to this segment?
Yep, it was one of those. You don't even go here.
I mean, if that was Bad Bunny, like, I would totally get it. I would understand that. I would be okay. Bad Bunny going to the dark side. But Travis, like you said, Travis Scott, you don't even fucking go here, bro. apparently he wants to have a match. He's training. I don't know if
I
that's
mean,
actually true.
I it threw me off because it just was like, okay. And then his song comes out, and then the rock songs come out. So I'm like, wait a minute. Like 2 months ago, you was just out there with goddamn
Jay.
motherfucking Jay Uso. I just take it to the fact that he's just been lighting blunts in the arena so much, he don't know who the fuck he coming out with.
I don't think he knows where he is.
He could be coming out with Ray Charles, all he know.
The match itself, I give 4 stars. The segment that uh, came after is worth the extra star. So everything as a whole, 5 stars.
4.5, 5 stars. See, that's what I thought. But yeah, Travis Scott, bro, he is what.
Should we should we give it?
Ooh,
I'm just wondering. Should we give it 4 7/5 a star to subtract that half because of Travis Scott?
I kind of want to, but that's what makes it funny because he was so lottie dottie naive that it made it funnier than what it should. It brought comedy to a part that was like uberly bad. Kids are crying and I'm laughing because Travis Scott is sitting up here yanking and knocking the shit out of Travis Scott. Like, my kid's in there crying his ass off. Travis Scott slapping the shit out of him, and there ain't nobody like, what the fuck is he? Where was this when John Cena was beating his ass?
Yeah. John Cena
He's
finally.
like,
Yep.
it's like he just forgot to go. I forgot to get my lick in. Like, what the fuck
Oh
is
yeah, I was
wrong with
supposed to
you,
do
bro?
shit in this.
Yeah, I was supposed to do something. Oh shit. Ay, ay, ay. Fucking Travis, bro. Fucking Travis.
In all seriousness, it's obviously a really big moment that John Cena turned heel. Obviously a big moment in time. Not a lot of people thought it was gonna happen. I got I wasn't expecting it until after the Royal Rumble. And then, last week well, 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, it just kind of cemented it with the whole sell your soul Cody thing. Um, to me, personally, I wasn't a John Cena fan. Haven't been a John Cena fan since 2008. And I highly doubt him starting to say "fuck them kids" and "no you can't" is gonna make me like him any more than I, I don't. Uh, so so personally, it didn't have that big of an impact on me. I was kind of like, okay, cool, he turned heel. I also it doesn't make sense to me because it's obviously his last year in the WWE. Why wouldn't you just milk that cash cow for everything that it's worth with merchandise? Keep him face. But I digress. What's it?
You know why?
Huh?
I know why.
Yeah.
It's because he's handing off the generational face to Cody. I told you this. I was like, the only way Cody turns heel is if he's facing a face Cena. And it wouldn't have made sense to put them together as two faces facing each other because Cody would catch hell if he beats fucking Cena.
Right.
So they had to do that out of necessity to set it up. and the adults who've been harping for this shit forever is like, hell yeah, fuck the fuck is this shit been all our life? Like,
I mean, it came
it
a
took you
little
fucking
too
long
late,
enough.
in my opinion, but I understand what other people were excited for it.
I mean, everyone's gonna say that, and that's perfectly reasonable, but better late than never. Shit.
And you know what the stupid part is? I feel like after Cody beats Cena at Mania, John Cena is gonna shake his hand, lift his arm, and he's gonna say, "I'm sorry, I just needed to know," or it's yours, and he'll
Ooh,
he'll go
what?
right back to being face Cena again after Mania.
That is not gonna happen. I don't see that happening. That ain't.
I totally see it happening.
Nah, nah. I think personally, either one or two people are gonna help Cody, because Cody can't do it on his own. He's gonna need some help around
Hmm.
this bitch. So it's one or two people that are gonna help him. It's gonna be either Austin or Roman.
Interesting.
One of those two are gonna help him. I thought it would have been Punk,
Mm,
but after the shit Punk was talking mad shit on Monday. But the way that Seth came out and they just started brawling, I guess that shit ain't over. I thought that
yeah,
shit was over in January. I guess that shit ain't over.
that shit is not over.
Seth Rollins is on his I'm not finished with you. Uh
Seth Rollins is
but
like
yeah,
that. The Black Knight from Mighty Python. I cut off your arm. Well, it's merely a flesh wound. Come at me, bitch.
pretty much. I mean, but that works. I mean, but I really wanted to see Punk fucking main event Mania.
I mean, he might be main
Uh,
eventing night one with Roman and Rollins. I mean, that's a massive fucking match.
Roman and Rollins?
Yeah, I mean, that's what is scheduled as of right now. It's Roman, Rollins, and Punk in a triple threat. And I feel like that's more of an attraction than Jey Uso and uh, Gunter. So I think that might main event night one.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
It's
We'll see what happens with the
iffy to me.
women.
The woman, Charlotte's gonna get a spot. It's old versus new with Charlotte and Tiffy, but
I don't think Tiffy and Charlotte is going to main event, but there's a good, depending on what the build is between Iyo and Bianca and Rhea, it could they could give that the main event night one.
I don't think the women's gonna get the main event.
I mean, again, it depends on who is what they do and the story that they build. All right.
Yeah.
We
It-
forgot about Meltzer's rating. And I promise I did not see what the rating was for this match. I do not know. I only knew the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match.
oh
So
Lord.
I will say he gave it 4.5,
Higher.
5,
Lower.
4 7/5.
4 7/5. I guess we are all on the same page.
All right. So yeah. The show as a whole. Uh, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
I mean, the Kaiser match between Owens and Zayn.
Yeah.
The fucking Kaiser Permanente match alone made it worth a thumbs up. Cena in itself turning, I think, how about it? Thumbs up because the moments were there. The twists, the twists that we didn't see coming came.
Agreed. Thumbs up as well.
Take notes, AEW.
Well, we'll be talking about them in just a second. That will conclude our coverage of WWE Elimination Chamber.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.